Mario Savoldi. In the blue corner, Skandar Akbar brings his Japanese team, Mr. Pogo and Akiya Sato, weighing in at a combined weight of 520 pounds. In the red corner, from Colorado, weighing 255 pounds, Larry Lane. His partner from Canyon, Texas, weighing in at 247 pounds, Ted DiBiase. Wrestling fans, we're very fortunate to have for this contest a very important man sitting in here at the table with us, a great competitor himself. Welcome to Championship Wrestling, the #1 wrestling program, Jack Mulligan.
Well, thank you very much, Nick. You know, this is a star-studded card here today, and the Western States Tag Team Champions are starting off the show today. And Teddy DiBiase is standing right there in front of us right now. He's very upset, and he's got a great reason to be. He's got a massive burn on the left side of his face, Nick, that was put on him by Akbar, I believe, a week or two ago. I can't remember. But DiBiase's been in intensive care. I mean, under an eye surgeon, eye doctor's checked his eye out, and I don't know if it's just right just yet, but you can see by looking at him that scar on his face, he's going to be remembered for a long, long time, Nick.
He certainly is, Jack Mulligan. Ted DiBiase, a great athlete, very much upset over the fact that he's been burned and permanently scarred by General Akbar. Wheels Akiya Sato into that turnbuckle, flying mares him. Ted DiBiase going at full speed right at the start of this one-fall 20-minute match.
Well, I'll tell you, DiBiase, he's upset. He'd like to get rid of those champions, Pogo and Sato, and I know how he feels. I know he'd like to get to Akbar, but I got to say this, Nick Roberts. That Akbar, he doesn't leave anything unturned. A lot of people saying, well, this fire, this and that doesn't belong in the sport of wrestling, but let me tell you something. Akbar's boys, they are the champions. And that DiBiase's hot. I got to admit one thing. Akbar will do anything to keep those championship belts.
He certainly will, Jack. That Ted DiBiase has gone wild in that ring. Ted DiBiase cleaning up the house right now with both Mr. Pogo and Akiya Sato. Tags his very capable partner, Larry Lane, in there. Referee Mario Savoldi warning him, do not punch. No straight punching allowed. It's Larry Lane against Mr. Pogo now.
Well, I got to admit one thing, Nick. This Larry Lane, Teddy DiBiase coming off an injury like that, he couldn't have picked a more capable partner because Larry Lane, he knows what to do in the amateur ranks. He knows what to do in the professional ranks. And he'd probably know what to do out on the street somewhere if you met him and got in a brawl with him. But this man, Larry Lane, is quite capable. Teddy DiBiase and Lane are both capable of taking these championship belts from these men. But somehow, you know, Nick, Akbar always seems to come up with his little ace that he's got up his sleeve, and he's been able to hold on those Western States titles longer than any man I've ever seen.
That's right, Jack. I know you've had your troubles with Akbar, too. You have an important match coming up on this card, too. We always enjoy seeing your wrestling.
Well, I'll tell you what, Nick, I haven't been very happy with my wrestling lately. I've been teaming up, and we've been pursuing those Western States titles, and we haven't been very successful. So I'm going to kind of pair off myself here a little bit and single off, and I'm going to see what I can do. I've always been in the top 1 or 2 in the world in the NWA rankings, and I'm going to pursue that NWA crown again, maybe the international crown. And the NWA just said, Jack, you have to work your way up. You've been tagged up for a long time, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to be going out it hot and heavy, trying to get back in those rankings and try to take that championship, Nick.
Sports fans, there's a warning to the wrestling world from Blackjack Mulligan. Believe me, there's a big, huge man, 310 pounds. You'll see him wrestle just a little bit later on in this program, and he is a powerhouse.
Nick, you'll notice that, you know, the way the Japanese boys work, they always keep a fresh man in the ring. And Akbar is continually talking to him in Japanese, Arabic, or whatever he communicates with him. He's continually got Larry in a little bit of trouble right there right now. But the point is that I'm trying to make to everyone out there listening right now is that Akbar is a winner. No matter what he does, his stable, one way or another, is always on top of the wrestling world, and they're where the money's at, you know, Nick, and maybe he's got something going, I don't know.
Well, Akbar has the money to buy the very finest talent, and he does. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if he hadn't approached you at one time or another, but of course I'm not going to ask you that on this championship wrestling. There you see Larry Lane on the top side of Akiya Sato. He tags his partner, Ted DiBiase. Let's see if Ted's got the steam he started off with. He certainly has. Ted DiBiase is very, very upset about that severe burn that he suffered at the hands of General Akbar.
I'll tell you what, it looks like DiBiase is not going to give the Japanese a chance for any kind of retaliation at all. He's coming right back. And Sato's arm is smarting a little bit there. That Larry Lane slammed. He had a hammerlock and slammed it on the back of that arm, so we know it. They've got a plan here. They're trying to wear Sato down, and that's really the best way, is to work on one part of the body. Just keep after it, keep after it. Nick, you know that. You've wrestled many years. Keep after that. Wear the man down, then take him, then beat him for the championship. So they've got good strategy right now.
Beautiful piece of teamwork on the part of Larry Lane and Ted DiBiase. Larry Lane in there now working on the same arm that Ted DiBiase was just a moment ago.
You'll see his Japanese boy, one of his champions, is in trouble. And Akbar's continually up, pacing back and forth like a very nervous man. And anytime one of his boys are on the mat, you know, I'll tell you, we go out all the way across the United States, all the way across the world. Everybody sees us wrestling here. These gentlemen are the Western States titles champions, and they're on the verge. They're on the very close verge of taking those world championships. And any day that might happen, and we better hope that doesn't happen. I'll tell you, that'd be a lot of trouble for everybody.
That's a terrible thought, Jack. I hope that doesn't happen, but of course there is that possibility. There you see Mr. Pogo up against Larry Lane, hits him with a tremendous judo chop. And talking about judo chops, that Larry Lane's got a wicked one.
I'll tell you, old Larry Lane there, he can handle just about anything that comes his way. He's in there in the ring with a man who weighs about 200. There's a chop right across the head, Nick. Weighs about 280 pounds. Pogo was a sumo wrestler in Japan, I understand. He just got various training. Look at that, will you? What a slam that was. A leg right across his throat. He's got Larry hurt, Nick, I'll tell you that.
He sure has. Larry Lane in real trouble. Gets a 2 count. Mr. Pogo tagging out. There's a fresh man coming in on Lane. Lane's in real trouble now.
Yeah, Larry's doubling up a little bit there, Nick. Larry has got to get out of there. He's got to get a fresh man in there. He's got to get DiBiase. And we've got to remember, we don't know right now if DiBiase is 100%. We know he's got a lot of guts and he's got a lot of fire, but can he go 100%? It's a little soon after that injury, we got to say, Nick.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I hand him credit for being a great sportsman. And so far in this match, Ted DiBiase has looked very well. But like you say, there is doubt after suffering that severe burn by Akbar.
Well, I don't think there's ever any question. Look at that chop, will you, Nick? Boy, and I'm going to tell you something. I can vouch for that. Those things hurt. That Pogo starts throwing those things in there. DiBiase, one big mistake an athlete can make. Big hip toss for Pogo. He can do it all. One big mistake an athlete can make, Nick, is trying to come back too quick from an injury, and especially one as such as Glova.
Oh, my. I felt that one all the way down here to the table. Larry Lane on... Uh-oh. I didn't see that tag, but I'm sure it was all right. Mario Savoldi.
Working so fast, Nick. I don't know if they tagged or not, and that's the beauty of a great team, and that's probably why they're the champion. And people say, well, why didn't the referee see it? It was right in front of us, and we didn't see it. So the referee can't see everything. Larry is definitely in trouble. A lot of trouble. He's got to make that tag. But DiBiase, we don't know, like I said before, is he ready to go? I don't think there's ever any question how tough he was, if he had a lot of guts. But Lane has got to make that tag, Nick, right away.
Here comes Akiya Sato. He's up on that turnbuckle. He comes down, catches him with a judo chop right across that right eye. Larry Lane in a neutral corner now, needing very badly to tag his partner, Ted DiBiase.
He's still alive. You're not going to beat a wrestler of Larry Lane's caliber that easily. I'll tell you that. I mean, they're just holy smoke. I'll tell you, there's some heavy blows going out there right now, Nick.
That's some heavy chopping right there, I'm telling you.
One of these guys is going to... There it is right there. Pogo's down. There. I'm certainly glad I'm sitting here during this match, Nick. What they're doing, this is great teamwork. They're just wearing Larry Lane down with teamwork, and he's got to get over and make that tag sooner or later. That's a little illegal tactic, but, you know, the way I see it, whatever it takes to win, Nick.
We've got to give General Akbar credit for using a great deal of strategy in this match. He's directing both these Japanese men from just outside the ring. Of course, if he comes in the ring or touches one of the wrestlers, that's another story. But General Akbar so far has kept a fresh man on Larry Lane. There you see, just inches away. The tag has got to be made. He's got the tag right now.
He's very near making the tag. There's the where the weight advantage comes in. Pogo probably outweighs him 20 or 30. There's another one of those chops, Nick. How much can Larry Lane take is what's beginning to come to. He's been hit by about 15 chops there that put a normal man right out of commission.
Right, tremendous chop. Larry was in there pitching those chops himself just a minute ago, but he's back on the deck now. Mr. Pogo in behind him, in complete control of him. Larry Lane gets out. A magnificent move, a beautiful move, only to find another fresh man on him.
Larry's definitely game. He's trying to fight it. Uh-oh. It's going to look like a suplex right here. He's got to make that tag. Now's the time. If there ever was a time to make the tag, Lane has got to get up and do it. Sato is definitely hurt, but
he makes it. He makes it.
Here comes
there you go. Ted DiBiase in there now. The thing has changed. It's a new ball game. Ted DiBiase with a tremendous back body drop. Takes all the fight out of Akira Sato. Goes for the pin. Gets a 1 count only.
Yeah, DiBiase, he's a fresh man. He knows what he's got to do. Oh, what a slam that was. He almost
had him. Had a 2 count on him.
I thought he had him, Nick. I'll tell you what, I thought that was the match. DiBiase, he's over behind him.
This could be it. It's a roll-up. 1, 2.
Barely. The champions just barely got out of there. Here comes Pogo out of the ring, Nick. Sato is holding DiBiase. Here comes Finish the Fire, Nick. Maybe so here. DiBiase's he's loose.
DiBiase's got Akbar.
He's finally got his hands on him, Nick. I'll tell you right now. Here comes Grizzly Boone in the ring. Just everybody's going crazy out there, Nick. I'll tell you right now. Grizzly Boone is on the... It looks like Akbar's hurt, Nick. I'll tell you right now. That's it. Here comes Dick Murdoch. Everybody,
Dick Murdoch. That's Dick Murdoch in the ring.
Everybody's gone totally crazy out there. I really would not. Here comes Akbar. I think
Akbar's bailing out. Akbar's out of the ring. He has his 2 Japanese.
Hey, Akbar. What's he say over here now?
General,
nobody does this to me, Debussy. Nobody on the face of God's earth. Nobody does this to me. You're gonna get it now, boy. You're not gonna get it.
Sports fans, the official decision on that, Mario Savoldi, has disqualified General Akbar's men. We'll be back with more of Championship Wrestling following this important message.
Fans, we'd like to welcome all you fans in San Jose, California here to the all-new Championship Wrestling on Channel 36. And the all-new Championship Wrestling is coming to the Civic Auditorium here in San Jose on Tuesday, April the 24th, where all the stars from the National Wrestling Alliance will be there. I know you'll want to be at ringside. And this man coming in here now, looking forward to stepping in the ring here in San Jose, the international heavyweight champion, a world traveler, a man going around the world defending his international championship, and he'll be right here in San Jose on the 24th. This, Dick Murdoch.
Well, Steve, I won't be here on the 24th in San Jose, but I'm looking forward to coming there. I will be in Japan, represent the international title. But I want the people to know out here in San Jose, right here, that you are seeing the finest talent in professional wrestling this day right here on Channel 36. And you know that the talent in professional wrestling now, professional wrestling, just like any other sport, the people are bigger, faster, and they've got a lot more experience, and professional wrestling is again coming, and it always has been a top sport in the world today. And I want the people right here in San Jose to know that right now you're looking at the top talent there is in professional wrestling today. And out here there's going to be people such as Andre the Giant's going to be coming. I'm sure Pat Patterson's going to be coming, Dean Ho, Fuji. I know all of them are looking for a shot at this international heavyweight title that I hold. But I know another thing, that even my friends, my partners, Marcel Solis, DiBiase, Jack Mulligan, Larry Lane, and the rest of them, everybody wants a shot at it. Well, by golly, I've got an open contract with a promoter here in San Jose, and I'll be back in Japan, I hope, with that title. I hope I don't lose it over there, and where I can defend it right here. It's going to be my first time wrestling out here. and I'm looking forward to it.
Good luck to you, Dick Murdoch, the international champion, just one of the great stars you'll be seeing with the all-new championship wrestling here in San Jose. Remember, the live matches will be at the Civic Auditorium Tuesday, April the 24th. We want to see all you great fans at ringside.
In the blue corner, from Mission, Texas, weighing 240 pounds, Marcet Solis. In the red corner, from Minnesota, weighing in at 230 pounds, Dennis Stamp. Your referee for this contest, Mario Savoldi. This is a one-fall or 20-minute contest. Two of the greatest athletes in the world in this match. And sitting in at the table with me, Blackjack Mulligan. Blackjack Mulligan, we finally got the studio cleared after this championship wrestling mayhem that took place in the first bout. I'm wondering, Blackjack, why did you come in and help a little bit on that?
Well, I'll tell you, Nick, I've always been a policy of mine to take care of my own business, and I've always done that very well. And DiBiase's going to have to learn to take care of himself, and Murdoch, too. But it was none of my business, and I'm going to take care of Jack Mulligan from now on because I've been tagged up with a lot of people and been too successful because one way or another, the champions have remained. That was one of the wildest matches I've ever seen on championship wrestling, Nick. And I know as all the stations across the United States, as they join us to watch the all-new championship wrestling, that they've got to enjoy this because he's seen the major league of wrestling and the finest wrestlers in the world.
They most certainly have, Jack, and this is the #1 wrestling program in the nation today. We're very proud of it, and the two men in the ring right now are just two of the reasons why. Dennis Stamp, a great athlete from Concordia College, a tremendous amateur at one time, now a great professional, going up against the up-and-coming, I call him up-and-coming because he's relatively new in the sport, Marcet Solis from Mission, Texas, one of the greatest athletes I've ever seen in the ring. And sports fans, if you haven't seen him in person, come out and see him. He is really tremendous. But, Jack, you know, we've got big news on championship wrestling. The president of the NWA is going to be here next week, and I want you fans to be sure to tune in. Bob Geigel, the president of the NWA, will be here with big news pertaining to the up-and-coming world champion Dick Murdoch and his possibilities of a match with Harley Race. It's big news. Of course, Jack, I realize Jack Mulligan, who's sitting in with me right now. Jack, you're a numbered in the top contenders for the title. I'm not taking anything away from you, but Bob Geigel will be here next week, and he will be presenting a very outstanding award. You might tell the fans about it.
That's exactly right, Nick, and it's been a long time coming, and it's long overdue. And I'm proud that Bob Geigel is coming down here because I've got to be in the running. I've got to be right in there. And I haven't got it all sewed up yet, but the Wrestler of the Year award, which is a coveted award, and it's going to be presented by the president of National Wrestling Alliance. That's an honor within itself for the man to fly all the way down here and to present that award. And I'm ready, believe me. And
Jack, I know that your name is on the list of possibilities. Of course, I don't even know myself who the Wrestler of the Year award will be presented to, but I am aware of the fact that you're on that list.
I don't think there's any doubt now, but in the ring right now, I'll tell you, back to this Marcet Solis, he's got to be a comer. Believe me, the world ratings are going to see his name very, very shortly, and he's got a true test. If he's ever had a test in his young wrestling career, he's one of the young lions. Dennis Stamp, a national champion in his own right there, an amateur champion, and he's always been in the rankings himself as a professional. And if Marcet Solis can pull this victory off right here, it'll be a big feather in his cap, Nick.
You bet it is. Marcet Solis is one of my favorite wrestlers to watch, sports fans, and believe me, he is great. And just like he said, he hasn't received all the recognition that he really deserves as yet, but it's coming.
You know, Nick, back to that Wrestler of the Year, there was a beautiful takedown right there. Back to that Wrestler of the Year award, you know, the man that wins that is the man that portrays and presents to the public the greatest victories. The man that has the greatest victories has the best image in wrestling. And let me tell you something. It is the epitome of the sport of wrestling. It's the next thing to being world champion because they do pick the Wrestler of the Year every year. And I know that it's well-deserved by the man that gets it, believe me.
That's right, Jack. And you fans be sure to be tuned in next week and watch and see who does get that very coveted award of wrestling. Marcet Solis on the top side of Dennis Stamp now has his legs tied up, both legs tied up. Dennis Stamp in a very bad position here. Let's see if he can bridge out. Dennis Stamp is a tremendously powerful man in a bridge. No, he kicks off and brings him over in a monkey flip.
He most certainly does. Marcet is learning every day. There he took him down. He's got that leg right back to the leg again. And Solis, every day, he gets better and better and better. It's remarkable, his progress in the sport of wrestling. He was a great football player without any doubt, and he gave up the sport of football to come into wrestling because he told me one day, he says, Jack, I like the individual contact of wrestling. You're on your own, and you win or lose is up to you. And back to the question you asked me before, I've always been on my own. I always kind of like it that way because if it's in the loss column, it belongs to you. If it's a victory, which I have many of, the victory belongs to you, and victory is very, very sweet, Nick Roberts.
It most certainly is. That's the name of the game, and that's where the big money is. Marcel Solis back on those legs again. What a fast man this is. He's an incredibly quick person, isn't he, Jack?
You know something? All of us in the sport of wrestling have got to take heed to this young man right here because I'm sure he's going to be after the international championship, which is just a step below the world championship, and I think every one of us sitting around here, every one of us in the sport of wrestling had better watch this man because you're going to have to beat him to keep yourself in the rankings because he's told everyone by the victories he's had that he's got to be reckoned with, and he's got to be reckoned with right now, not tomorrow, but as of right now.
He most certainly has. Marcel Solis waiting for that break. Dennis Stamp has his leg. Let's see if Stamp... Nope, Stamp does not give him a clean break. He throws that elbow in there. Drives Marcel Solis' head into that turnbuckle, whips him into the rope. Solis comes off with a small package. This could be got a 2 count.
I'll tell you what, he almost had Stamp right there, back to the leg again. Listen, Nick, I'd like to say hello to a good friend of mine I played football with out in California, Ray Schulten. I hope Ray is, as they join the network here, I hope that Ray's watching, and I'm going to be out there pretty soon, and I want to tell Ray and all the boys in Northern California hello, all right?
You bet, Jack Mulligan. Sports fans, Marcel Solis once again on the top side of Dennis Stamp. Staying in there hard, staying in there steady on the legs of Stamp.
You know, Nick, it's amazing as these great wrestlers across the United States. You know, we wrestle everywhere, Salt Lake City, California, Albuquerque, and in the great state of Texas, you know. And it's amazing the conditioning and the travel they do to get in the ring and still perform the way they do.
7 minutes haven't elapsed in this match now, sports fans. Dennis Stamp choking on Marcel Solis. Drops that leg across the face of Marcel Solis. Dennis Stamp moving in from behind. Gives him a tremendous judo chop right to the back of the neck. Just takes Marcel, whips him into that turnbuckle. Ooh, those very hard turnbuckles.
Got Solis in a little bit of trouble right now, but I'll tell you what, the mark of a great wrestler is his ability to come back. And we're going to see if Solis can conquer this opponent. He's got a tough one. There he is behind him. Come behind him. Looks like a roll-up, Nick. Whoop, he shoves him off. The expertise of Dennis Stamp. He's cross body right there. 1, 2, 3. He's got Dennis Stamp.
That's it. In 7.5 minutes, Marcel Solis, the winner. There you see it, the official decision. Marcel Solis, the winner of that match.
What a victory that was for Marcel Solis over a great wrestler, Dennis Stamp, I'll tell you right now.
Most certainly is. Sports fans, we'll be right back after this message.
All-new Championship Wrestling comes live here to San Jose on Tuesday, April the 24th to the Civic Auditorium, and one of the giants of the professional wrestling world plans on being there. He's here with me now, 325-pound Blackjack Mulligan.
Who really cares? Big deal. Let me tell you something. I'm already in California a couple of weeks. I got my girlfriend, Sarah Jo Puckett, with me in my 52 Chevy truck going down the freeway. She looks over to me and says, Jack, it's time I got a dress. Look how all the girls are dressed out here. She's already spoiled. She looks around, sees all these funny-looking people. She's getting funny ideas. Back where I come from in Eagle Pass, we don't care how a man dresses. It's what's in here that counts. I don't like everybody I see. You're now seeing the meanest, toughest, wildest, #1 wrestler in the world. I come out here and I listen to the international champion mumble around about how I'm going to be in Japan, how I'm going to be in Europe on the 24th. Well, that's the most evasive thing I've ever heard in my life. The fact is, you don't want to get in the ring and wrestle Jack Mulligan. The fact is, Andre the Giant doesn't want to get in the ring and wrestle me. Now, I don't know what you people are accustomed to seeing out here, but now you're going to see the best in the world. Every time I go into that ring, somebody is going to get hurt. I'm not happy with just pinning a man's shoulders to the mat. I want him to be physically crying, down on their knees. Master Jack, Master Jack, that's what I like to hear. And you had better get used to it, my friends, all you funny-looking people. And you better leave my girlfriend alone and quit planting those ideas in her head about perfume and funny, nice little clothes. The jeans are fine for her in the burlap sack. Well, let me tell you something. When you see that 52 Chev coming down the road, get out of my way, because Jack Mulligan is in San Jose to stay, brother, and you better accept that fact.
This match, a one-fall, 20-minute contest. In the blue corner, from Tampa, Florida, weighing 295 pounds, Tank Patton. His opponent, from Waxahachie, Texas, weighing 260, the international heavyweight champion, Dick Murdoch. Sport fans, what a contest of super heavyweights this promises to be. And speaking of super heavyweights, Blackjack Mulligan sitting in with me.
Well, there he is right there in the ring, Nick Roberts. That's the international heavyweight champion. That's one step below the world heavyweight champion. It's Dick Murdoch. He's holding that number 2 position right now. And there's a lot of people that like to be in that position. And I got to say this also. Dick Murdoch's also in contention, has to be for the Wrestler of the Year award. So, in a sense, Dick and I are partners in the ring sometimes, and we're in competition with each other also, because I like to have that number 2 position, and so would a lot of other thousands of other wrestlers in the world. And boy, that 1979 Wrestler of the Year award, a little bit of money goes with that and a whole lot of prestige, Nick.
You bet it does, Blackjack Mulligan. Sports fans, there you see Tank Patton with a big elbow right to the back of the head of Dick Murdoch. Flying mares, Dick Murdoch. Goes in, comes in with another big elbow in behind Dick Murdoch.
Dick Murdoch, without a doubt, knows what to do in every situation. He's had that world crown just as I have a couple of times within his grasp, and that Harley race has managed to escape. But the only thing I hope that I get to Harley race before Murdoch does, because he's quite capable of taking it. On many occasions, he's almost had it. But I myself have got to just speak for myself what I'm going to do in the ring. But this man right here is probably the complete wrestler. I mean, if you want to go out there and duke it out or punch it out, he can. He knows how to wrestle. He was a great amateur wrestler. I'm aware of that, and we're all aware of everything he can possibly do inside that ring. And if I ever do meet him in the ring, I know what I'm going to do to beat him, because I study him very closely.
Right, Blackjack Mulligan. Tank Patton using that elbow very effectively to the top of the head of Dick Murdoch. Has a side headlock on Murdoch. Murdoch very smart, very smart. Picks up that leg. Takes Tank Patton just a little bit. A straight fist. A straight fist.
Dick, I've got to leave you now. Thank you very much for having me on your show. I've got to get ready for a very important match.
Thank you, Blackjack Mulligan, for sitting in with me on this championship wrestling. A tremendous athlete, 310-pound Blackjack Mulligan, retiring to the dressing room. He will be wrestling just a little bit later on in this program. A tremendous match going on in the ring. Big Tank Patton with a side headlock on Dick Murdoch. Tank Patton telling the referee, Terry Garvin, ask him. Tank Patton. 3 minutes. 3 minutes have elapsed in this match so far. Tank Patton applying the... Murdoch. Very, very clever move. Switches in there behind, has the leg caught, and comes out. In position, has a step over toe hold on Tank Patton. Drops his full 260 pounds on that leg of Tank Patton. Dick Murdoch, the international heavyweight champion, on the top side. Tank Patton taking a very cowardly way to get out of the hole. Goes for the ropes, and Terry Garvin asks for the break. He's hurt the leg of Patton. Patton having to get the circulation back in it now. Let's see if Murdoch will go for that leg. He's trying to catch Patton coming in. He's trying to make Patton, and he does. He makes Patton take that 1 or 2 steps forward and grabs that leg. Dick Murdoch bringing the bony part of his knee down onto the inside of Tank Patton's leg. Referee Terry Garvin in there close, asking Patton if he wants to concede this match. Tank Patton saying no, over and over again. He has the trunks. He has the trunks of Dick Murdoch. Murdoch twisted on that ankle now. Patton may very well give this up. Let's see. Murdoch leaning his weight in on it. Punishes Patton. Uh-oh. I believe he gouged at the face of Murdoch there. Big elbow right to the head. Tank Patton very effective with these elbows. Whipping Murdoch in. Murdoch comes off that rope and meets another big elbow. Patton been unusually efficient with the use of his elbows to all sides of Dick Murdoch's head. Murdoch's going to feel this match for a long time to come. Gets you. 5 minutes have elapsed in this match. Patton asking him what he says. He expects Murdoch to give this up. I doubt very seriously if he does. Dick Murdoch has a great deal of intestinal fortitude at all times, and you just won't see that man give up. Referee Terry Garvin in there asking him. Murdoch turning, getting into a little better position. I thought there for a moment he was going to fireman carriage you, but he didn't have the arm hooked. Trying to hook that arm. That's what he's going for, and he gets it. Dick Murdoch powered his way into a fireman's carriage. Lifts that big 295-pound Tank Patton. Tank Patton with a straight fist. Dick Murdoch doing a little straight punch of his own now. Big elbow by Murdoch. Now he becomes the elbow king. It's all legal moves. Gives Tank Patton a big feel, beals him all the way to the other side of the rope. Let's see if he goes for a drop kick. He does. Dick Murdoch with a big drop kick. Knocks Tank Patton off his feet. Gets a 1 count on him. Tank Patton picking Murdoch up. See where he goes. He's going for a slam. Slams 260-pound Murdoch to the canvas. Gets a 1 count on Murdoch. Whips Murdoch into those ropes. Oh, a foot right to the stomach, right to the midsection of Murdoch. Has Murdoch's in difficulties now. Whips him back in there. Goes. Uh-oh, he missed it. He missed it, and Murdoch comes flying off. That's it. That's it. Sports fans, there you see it. In a time of 6.5 minutes, Dick Murdoch, the winner of the match over Tank Patton. 6.5 minutes. Dick Murdoch, the winner. Sports fans, will be back with more of Championship Wrestling following this word.
The all-new Championship Wrestling here in San Jose at the Civic Auditorium. It happens on Tuesday, April the 24th, when the stars from the National Wrestling Alliance come to California, right here in San Jose. I know you're going to enjoy seeing this man on my right. He represented the United States Army in Greece in the World Games, came in third there in a wrestling match. And Larry Lane, former international champion, he taught wrestling in high school, was a great amateur. And Larry, it's good to have you here on Championship Wrestling, and I know you're looking forward going into California.
That's right, Steve. You know, I've never wrestled professionally in California, but I sure wrestled a lot in amateur in California. I wrestled at UCLA, Cal Poly at San Luis Obispo. And I'll say this, you know, I think that wrestling has changed in the fact that to be a good professional wrestler now, I think you have to have that good amateur background. I think that's a trend we're going through right now. So I'm looking forward to getting out to California. And again, my biggest asset is my wrestling ability. You see big black Jack Mulligan over here telling how he's going to stomp people in the ground. He's probably capable of it. He's big enough. But then again, I'll go out there and wrestle. I'm anxious to look forward to seeing some of the people that I met in amateur wrestling and go from there.
Good luck to you, Larry Lane, former international champion. This young man right here, Merced Solis, drilling fans around the world. He is right here in San Jose. And Merced, I know you're looking forward to going into that Civic Auditorium on the 24th of April.
I sure am. I've always heard about all the tough competition here in California as far as professional wrestling goes. I've been in California as a professional, but as a professional football player. But now it's a different story. I'm here in San Jose, and I'm going to be wrestling against the toughest wrestlers in the world. And I guarantee all the people out there, I'm ready to wrestle against anybody they put me up against. I'm ready to come out there, and I'm ready to make San Jose my home. It's what I want to do the most. Ahora quiero saludarle a toda la gente de San José. He andado en California, pero ahorita San José es el pueblo mejor que me gusta en California.
San Jose, California, the Civic Auditorium, Tuesday, April the 24th. We'll see it ringside.
In the blue corner, from Tennessee, weighing 242 pounds, Ron Garfield. His opponent, from Eagle Pass, Texas, weighing in at 310 pounds, Blackjack Mulligan. Sports fans, this is a one-fall or a 20-minute contest. Your referee, Terry Garvin, for this match. Sports fans, just to bring some of the really great personalities of the wrestling ring up to the table, Dick Murdoch, I want to thank you. I want to really appreciate you coming out here and talking with us a little bit. That was a tremendous match that you just ended with Tank Patton. You were the victor. Dick Murdoch, welcome to Championship Wrestling.
Well, thank you, Nick. It's a pleasure being here. You know, I was back there listening to Jack Mulligan on the control room back there. You see the man, he's 310, 15 pounds. Oh, look at this, Nick.
Uh-oh. Both men outside the ring. What's going on here?
This is a different style of Jack Mulligan. First you saw him coming out 315 pounds, arm dragging a man. But now he's just threw Garfield out. I don't know, Jack. Heard him talking about earlier about being in contention for that outstanding wrestler. I'm sure he's a shoe-in for it. Bob Geigel's going to come down here. He's talked to Mulligan about it. Listening to you and Jack was the first thing I've heard about it. I want to wish Jack Mulligan the very best with it. He's a heck of a wrestler. I thought he's been a fine partner with mine.
Well, Jack is not too happy with tag teams from what I've been talking to him, Dick. He wants to do his thing by himself, so to speak.
Well, Nick, you know, you just can't take a partner and 1 week become a champion, a world beater. Dusty Rhodes and myself, we were together 7 years. It was 5 years before we captured the world tag team titles. It takes a lot of time and determination. There you see Mulligan. I tell you what, he's a big man. He don't back up from anybody, Nick.
The one thing I noticed, Blackjack Mulligan didn't go in there and help you on that very precarious position you were in on that first match, Dick.
Well, I asked him about it, and he said everybody needs to learn to take care of themselves. Well, heck, I've been taking care of myself ever since my dad started whipping me. I wasn't brought up in professional wrestling looking for help, asking anybody. As you well know, Nick, my dad sent me on my way with a handshake and I hope you make it, son. That's exactly what I got when I started wrestling professional, and I took the lumps, the cuts, the broken bones, and I've made of the professional wrestling what I've made of it. I've done it myself.
Right, you certainly have, Dick, and you've done a very fine job, and you're right in there contention for the World's Heavyweight Championship. And incidentally, sports fans, if you happen to tune in this championship wrestling a little bit late, it was announced that the president of the NWA, Bob Geigel, will be on championship wrestling next week, and he promises to have some word in regard to the World's Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, the news on that. But he's also coming down and bringing that outstanding award, Wrestler of the Year award, and he's talked to Mulligan on that, so evidently Jack is it, and I want to tell Jack very best with it, because it's a very prestigious award, and the NWA gives only one person, Nick.
Right, and I understand Blackjack Mulligan's name is on the list and being considered for that award, Dick.
Yeah, and like I say, Nick, I want to wish him the best. Oh, he's going to suplex, I can tell right there.
Oh, boy, did he suplex that Ron Garfield. That Ron Garfield took it right across the back of his head. He may not be able to get up after that one.
Well, there was the old pro going with the younger guy in professional wrestling. Garfield had a headlock on him, which was very good, but he didn't have his legs out far enough, Nick. As you know, and as you like that, you can just pick him up.
Oh, what a boot that was. Size 15 boot.
I tell you what, I'm kind of starting to feel sorry for Ron Garfield. It looks like Mulligan could have finished this man off, Nick, as you well know.
I believe he could, too. It's too late to feel sorry for Ron Garfield, I believe, because he's in real trouble. 3.5 minutes having expired in this match. Oh, did you see that 310-pound Blackjack Mulligan fly through the air? What agility that big man has.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. It looks like he's going for his claw hook. You know, he's got his glove back on. He first come in here without the glove. He's put it back on, and he's got a hand. Nick, you said he's got a hand on his second Andre the Giant.
I shook hands with that rascal, and I couldn't start to get my hand around it.
There he goes with his claw hook.
That's it. That's it. Blackjack Mulligan, the winner of that bout in 4 minutes. Hey, see, he's not taking that claw off, Dick. That's not a very sporting thing to do.
Well, I don't understand this.
Yeah, now he's got it off. Blackjack Mulligan most certainly taking advantage of Ron Garfield. Blackjack Mulligan, the winner in 4 minutes of that contest over Ron Garfield. We'll be back with more of Championship Wrestling.
sports fans here in San Jose. We hope you enjoy the all-new Championship Wrestling every Saturday here on Channel 36. Remember, we'll be on every Saturday from noon till 1 o'clock with all the stars from the National Wrestling Alliance. We know you're going to enjoy it. And we will be coming live to the Civic Auditorium here in San Jose on the 24th. That's Tuesday in April. And this team right here, the General and the Western States Tag Team Champions, Pogo and Sato, will be there.
You know, it's indeed a pleasure to be here in San Jose, smelling the clean air. You're a beautiful city, and there are many of my Arab followers in San Jose, and I'd like to say a few words to you. Little Arab San Jose, أنا اسكندر أكبر ملك البروفيشنال wrestling. أنا بدي أشوفكم طلع هون حكيني بالعربي أنا بفهم كل شيء. I'm telling the people that I want to see them here in San Jose. Now, I've made mention of many, many stars that I've managed in the past. And there's also been made mention of wrestlers that are wanting to wrestle my team in this area. All you have to do is sign opposite of the dotted line. And incidentally, we will be here April the 24th in the Civic Auditorium. Pogo, Sato, and the General. I am the guiding light. My managerial genius have carried many stars to the top. There is no room for losers in the General stable because I don't tolerate it. Now, we Arabs are dominating the world, and I am dominating professional wrestling. I am a man of high esteem, of high regard. I'm a man of distinction. The National Wrestling Alliance looks up to me. I don't look up to them. Must I tell you more? Just remember, the General will be in San Jose, California, April the 24th. As a matter of fact, we're going to take a little stroll downtown after this interview is finished. I love the streets in San Jose. I love the people. We'll be wanting to see you people April the 24th. Remember, have a little respect for the General because he's number one.
The General and his team, plus the stars from the National Wrestling Alliance, right here at Civic Auditorium, April the 24th. That's Tuesday night.
This duration time limit match in the blue corner from Florida, weighing 230 pounds, Stand the Man Lane. His opponent from Amarillo, Texas, weighing 252 pounds, former world title holder Dory Funk Jr. Your referee for this contest, Mario Savoldi. And there's the bell. The match is underway. This promises to be another very exciting contest, Dick Murdoch, one that I'm anxious to see. This up-and-coming Stan Lane is a real comer in professional wrestling, and I know that he has all the desire in his world to beat Dory Jr. today.
Well, let me say one thing about Dory Funk Jr. If I was an up-and-coming star in professional wrestling, I think of a lot of people I'd rather go against than Dory Funk Jr. Former world heavyweight wrestling champion for 4.5 years, and Nick, believe me, I've wrestled Jack Briscoe, Terry Funk, Dory Funk Jr., Harley Race. I've wrestled Gene Kaninsky. I've wrestled all the world champions, when they were world champions, and after that, and believe me that Dory Funk Jr. was the toughest man that ever held that world heavyweight title.
Believe me, I agree with you 100%, Dick Murdoch, and I want to tell all the sports fans listening throughout the network that you're listening to Dick Murdoch, the man that is one of these days, and one of these days very soon going to be world's heavyweight champion.
Well, thank you, Nick. You know, as the people watch Dory Funk Jr., I've wrestled a man. Hey, he never gets excited. He never loses concept of what's going on in the ring. He starts slow. Here's a very, very beautiful suplex. And he goes right into a three-quarter Nelson. Dory Funk Jr. starts slow, Nick, in that ring. And the longer that match goes on, the stronger that he gets. Believe me, he has got that. It might have been hereditary from his father. He is a totally different type wrestler than his brother Terry. But Dory Funk Jr. gets stronger and stronger the longer a match progresses. And believe me, around that 30 and 45-minute mark, you just kind of wish you'd have beat him around a 5-minute mark because he's stronger and you're tireder.
You're just as right as you can be, Dick Murdoch. And another thing about Dory Jr., he likes it real hot. The hotter the arena is, the better he likes it.
Well, Nick, a lot of wrestlers are like that. The hotter your body gets, the less that you feel the body slams, the backdrops right at that precise moment. Not saying that they don't hurt, but when your body cools off is what you start getting stiff. But the hotter it is, you sweat more and you feel better, Nick. The more you sweat, the better you feel when you're in there wrestling.
That's right, Dick. And you know, a lot of the fans sitting out there in their living room, all comfortable and all, They just wonder how in the world a man can take such punishment, but it's conditioned. They don't understand that these men spend hours every day in the gymnasium working out, and they have finely conditioned bodies that can endure this punishment.
Well, Nick, you'll see football players or hockey players or any kind of else to get hit, and you'll wonder how in the world can a man come back and play the next down like that? Well, a body is conditioned. We condition ours for professional wrestling. A football player conditions his for his sport. A hockey player the same way. Your body just gets accustomed to taking certain things, and you're used to it. You're conditioning yourself to that. I've been conditioning myself. I've been in wrestling for a few years now. I'm not a youngster, and by golly, it's hard for me to get up a lot of mornings. My old knees are getting bad, elbows, the back. But as the day goes on, and I know I got to get in my vehicle or go down to the airport to catch a plane and go to another arena across the United States somewhere and wrestle and make $1, the old body says, let's go.
Believe me, it's hard to get off that airplane sometime, isn't it, Dick?
Nick, a lot of things people sitting out here don't understand. Hey, we travel all night a lot of times to get to the arenas where you people see the best there is in the NWA Championship Wrestling. A lot of these stars that you're watching right here on the program travel all night to get here to bring you this great network wrestling. Hey, it's not just a 20-minute drive, believe me.
That's right. It's a very enduring sport. These men are very, very finely conditioned for it. Stan Lane in there on the top side. I thought that suplex had taken a lot out of him. I thought it would put a crimp on his desire, but he's still much a competitor.
Stan tried to cradle Junior, then a very good amateur wrestling move, but he couldn't get that leg locked in. He slammed Junior, but he didn't hold up. He took too long to drop that elbow on Dory Funk Jr.
Oh, what a walloping elbow that is. That shakes your teeth, doesn't it?
Sure does. Side suplex by Dory Funk Jr. Very good Greco-Roman move. You can see why this man was 4.5 years world heavyweight wrestling champion. Nick, and all of my credit to professional wrestling, believe me, I've wrestled a man. Everything goes to Dory Funk Jr. Hey, he's a very, very fine asset to professional wrestling.
He certainly is. He's a gentleman outside of that ring. He's a fine fellow, and everyone that has the opportunity and privilege of knowing him personally likes him.
Dory Funk Jr. and myself are in the cattle business together. We ranch a little bit, farm a little bit. He's a very, very good friend of mine, and I look up to the one man that right now that's active in professional wrestling I really look up to and respect and admire the most is Dory Funk Jr. To me, when I was a kid, you know, my dad, Nick, you knew my father and my uncle and Lou Thez. Everybody looked up to Lou Thez, 6 times world heavyweight wrestling champion. But Dory Funk Jr., right now, the current day wrestlers, is the man that I admire the most, believe me.
Stan the man with a body scissors on Dory Funk Jr. 5 minutes have elapsed in this match so far. Stan Lane punishing the former world's title holder, Dory Jr., with a body scissors now. Jr. very calm, very cool, just like you said, Dick Murdoch, earlier in this match. Dory Jr.'s always got control of his mental faculties in there. He's a complete opposite of his brother Terry Funk, who quite often blows his top.
Terry has lost all his mental faculties, as you say, years ago. But I'm going to tell you something. Right now, you're not going to beat Dory Funk Jr. with a body scissors. I'm going to guarantee you that. It takes a heck of a lot to beat this man. And, Nick, I want all the people out here and all the new networks, all the new stations, all the new wrestling fans that's gaining popularity every day to take heed to what I'm saying. I've been around. I am the international champion as of right now. And right here is a man I know that I'm going to have to go up and wrestle and defend that title against. He's a friend of mine. When we go out there and that bell rings, we got to butt heads, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Well, being an international heavyweight champion is no easy job, I know, Dick, and I'm very proud that you hold that belt at this time, and I hope you hold it for many years to come, and I hope you get that world's championship and don't make a liar out of me.
Well, Nick, I'm not going to make a liar out of you, but one thing about it is I hope I can retire that international title if and when, and someday I take that world's championship. I hope I can retire that international title and it'll sit up on my mantle.
Well, perhaps if that happens, Dick, we'll have to have a tournament because due to the magnitude of both of those championships, you couldn't possibly hold them both at the same time.
Well, I realize that, but it would be fun to say that I retired as the reigning international heavyweight champion. Oh, there, I believe he's going to spin.
This could be that step over toe hold.
Spinning toe hold, the one he won the world championship with from Gene Kiniski. Hey, Nick, you might as well get your bell ready. There it is.
That's it. You call that one right, Dick Murdoch. You bet. Dory Funk Jr., the winner. What a tremendous guy this guy.
Just like he won the World Heavyweight Championship belt.
Right.
Well, that's exactly it.
Well, every match is an important match, right, Dick? I know you've got some real important things coming up, but even when you regardless of who you meet, you got to win. You just got to.
It's the name of the game. It's the name of our business. You see Junior shake his hands. The people enjoy Dory Funk Jr. I'm telling you, he had a grin on his face just like if he'd have won a world's title again. Junior?
Congratulations. Thank you, Dick. Congratulations. You're looking better every time I see you, Dory Jr. You know, Dick Murdoch and I were just down here admiring you, and we both agreed that you're our favorite wrestler. You keep your cool. You're always in there, and you know exactly what you're going to do.
Well, no, I was listening. I guess as much as I could, I had a match on my hands. But I'd like to say this. Old Dick Murdoch here is doing a heck of a job. I like what you're doing. And I know that, probably to tell the truth, old Dick's on the trail of that world heavyweight championship. Probably more so than I am. And Dick, I know it means a lot to you. And I know that you've got what it takes to beat Harley Race. Not because you're my friend, and not because you're from...
Dory Jr., I'm sorry, we got to wrap this one up. Sports fans, thank you for watching Championship Wrestling. We'll see you again next week. You just saw former world's title holder Dory Jr. We'll see you on Championship Wrestling again.
41 pounds, Alex Perez. His opponent across the way from Mission, Texas, coming in at 245 pounds, Mercedes Solis. Well, the bell sounds as the referee from the National Wrestling Alliance, Mario Savolti, asks for the bell, and this match underway here on Championship Wrestling, the all-new Championship Wrestling. And a big bear hug by Perez, but they're laying on the ropes, and Perez has to back off. Side headlock by Alex Perez as he holds on to Mercedes Solis, brings Mercedes Solis down, but he doesn't keep him there. Solis kicks him into that head scissors. Alex Perez trying to kick out. Mercedes Solis holding on. Has the legs locked in there tight. You can see Alex Perez trying to work his way out there. Mercedes Solis with the pressure still on, trying to pull the head of Perez back in as Perez is coming out, trying to get the shoulders of Solis down. Will he get a count? Oh, he gets a one count. Here comes a monkey flip as he cut him off the rope. An arm drag by Mercedes Solis. Mercedes Solis with the arm drag holds on to the left arm of Alex Perez as Perez keeps up the right shoulder, no count. Don't be surprised if sometime during this match you might see Alex Perez throw a punch or two. He's a great boxer for 7 years. He was the New Mexico State boxing champion, also Texas State National AAU champion. 5 times he was in the Army. He was a state Texas champion for Company H of 36 division, so don't be surprised if he doesn't throw a punch or two. He's also known, of course, as Alex K.O. Perez. And he can knock him out. You don't have to worry about that. Perez bouncing off the ropes. He goes over the top of Solis to a drop down, but Solis is ready, gets in front of him. High in the air, he put Perez right back to the arm drag, and Mercedes Solis, outguessing Alex Perez, holds on to that left arm as he's got Perez where he had him a while ago. Setting you in on Mercedes Solis. Mercedes graduated from West Texas State University, which is located in Canyon, Texas. He played football, pro football, with the Kansas City Chiefs, and went on to the Canadian League, where he spent a year and a half with the British Columbia Lions up there in Canada, and he decided, well, he'd like to be a professional wrestler, and what a young, outstanding professional wrestler he is making. There's a 2 count on Alex Perez as Perez caught, resting those shoulders there. Perez feeling the pressure as Mercedes Solis with that arm bar. With all the pressure on that shoulder. Perez is up now. Very close to the ropes. Thought Alex might try to back into the ropes there to get a break, but no, Solis holds him in. Solis bouncing off the ropes. Oh, and Perez flips him over the knee. Perez coming back, but Mercedes Solis not out of it yet as he catches that arm. Takes him down. So Alex Perez probably a little mad at himself here because he thought he had things turned around where he could do a little damage to Merced Solis. Solis come right back up with that arm drag, and Perez back down on the mat. Only one shoulder touching. No count from Mario Savolti, the referee. Solis holding on to that left arm, applying all the pressure to the shoulder and the elbow. Has a hand up on the face of Alex Perez, holding him down. Perez trying to figure it out. Would like to get up there and turn things around. Here he comes. They're standing in the center of the ring. Perez looking to see where the referee Mario Savolti is. And he grabs Merced Solis and slams him into the turnbuckle across the way. Perez reaches down, grabs the arm, grabs the head, takes Solis and brings him all the way across the ring into the under turnbuckle. And here goes Perez outside on the apron, coming up on the rope. He is on the second rope. Solis sees him. He's got him. Merced picked him off and slammed him down as Perez had a thought about jumping off that second rope down onto Merced Solis. Solis quickly got out, grabbed Perez, and threw him down and right back to the arm. 5 minutes gone, scheduled for 20. Or one fall. Solis holding on to that arm. Perez trying to push him off as you get a close-up look there. There's a 2 count as Alex Perez, once again, 2 shoulders down. If Perez has something to say, the referee, I couldn't pick it up. Alex Perez, once again, trying to make his way up. Merced Solis trying to do the damage with a shoulder. Nice to see Solis get Perez in a position where he can show you that beautiful drop kick that he possesses. Instead, Solis can really get up in the air. A lot of pressure on that shoulder and elbow. Oh, Perez with a forearm. Looked like he might have wanted to throw his first punch here in this match. That's a legal blow. There's a forearm. That's another legal blow by Alex Perez. He tries to knock Merced Solis off. Seven minutes gone in the match. Perez with another forearm. Solis holding on, but Perez got rid of him that time. Oh, and Perez come diving at him, and Solis got him with a knee. Turn him over. There's his arm drag as Solis goes right back to what he had to control the match a while ago. Perez with some choice words for the referee, Mario Savolti, about the count. Ed Solis holding on to the arm of Alex Perez, and Perez resting the shoulders again like he got caught. And a 2 count on him. Perez once again coming up. See how Alex Perez tries to get rid of him this time. Solis being pushed to the ropes. Perez trying to get rid of him, but Solis holds on. Instead, Solis holding on to that arm of Alex Perez. And we've gone 8 minutes in this match. Perez coming up again. In the corner, Merced Solis in the corner. Alex Perez in front. The referee wants a break. Perez punching on the break. There's a forearm to the chest. The referee trying to get him out of the corner. Perez keeps him in the corner. Comes up with another forearm. And Solis drops down to that bottom rope. Perez kicking. Legal kick. The only thing wrong is the referee wants him to get Solis out of the corner. Forearm by Alex Perez as Merced Solis holding onto the rope. That's what's keeping him up. Perez pulls him out to the center of the ring, and Alex Perez may be choking a little bit away from the referee. Perez lays the boots to him, knocks him down. Another kick. And Perez tells the referee, Mario Savolti, to get out of the way. Perez reaching in, has Solis, bounces him off the mat. Alex Perez begins to turn it around. Drops that knee into the back of Merced Solis. 10 minutes gone in the match. Perez picks him up. There's a punch. The referee warns him. Puts Solis across the ring, and Solis is up in the air. There's that drop kick we were telling you about. Here goes another one. Beautiful drop kick right on the chin of Alex Perez. He dives in there. Knocks Perez down. Here's the count. And he got him. Two drop kicks and flying through the air. Merced Solis knocks Alex Perez down and takes him down for the 3 count. And Merced Solis wins it here on Championship Wrestling. We'll be back with another one right after this. 20-minute time limit in the red corner from Atlanta, Georgia, coming in at 240 pounds, Jim Cook. His opponent across the way in the blue corner from Eagle Pass, Texas, coming in at 300 pounds, Blackjack Mulligan. Well, the bell sounds, and Nick Blackjack Mulligan, Eagle Pass, Texas. What a giant man this guy is.
And one half of the Western States Tag Team Combination. It's the M&M boys. Now, Mulligan in there against Jim Cook. Jim Cook from Atlanta, Georgia, has attacked the Tiger in his Tiger's Den. Did you see him belt him right in the stomach there?
I'll guarantee he'll pay for that. Mulligan goes to the side headlock. What power he has. Cook weighs 240 pounds, and Mulligan just brings him on over nice and easy.
Right.
Mulligan backs out of the way. Lock up in that referee position as Mulligan going to the arm. Good takedown as he takes the leg out from underneath Cook.
Beautiful move by Blackjack Mulligan. He's on the top side now with that wrist lock. Cook regains his feet, trying to pull the leg out from underneath that big man.
Mulligan standing up. Mulligan must be 6'6", 6'7", somewhere around there.
Easy, and I know he weighs every bit of that 300 pounds. He might even weigh a little heavier than that.
He's holding on to that arm of Jim Cook. Back onto the rope. In the corner. Mulligan in the corner. Cook with the break. The referee, Mario Savolti, says clean break, and that's what he gets.
Did you notice that Cook didn't put that punch in his stomach that time? He backed off a little different than he did right at the start of this match. I guess he's feeling the magnitude of this huge, powerful man from Eagle Pass.
Holding on, that top wrist lock. Now Mulligan drops down, and he throws Jim Cook off of there. And like that, thrown him out underneath that bottom rope.
Real nice move on the part of Mulligan. He's a very agile man. Incredibly well coordinated for such a huge monster, isn't he?
He sure is. Takedown, holds on the leg of Jim Cook. Savolti, the referee, asked him, does he want to concede? And he says no. He may be working to the ropes to get a break, and that's what he did. He got his head underneath that bottom rope.
That's a clever move on his part, because that's a very difficult hold to break.
Blackjack Mulligan. Oh, look at that. He spread them arms out. He
Look
wants
at
to
the wingspan on that guy.
like a B-52.
You bet. Hear that power on that. Just brute strength in there.
Leg out underneath that bottom rope, and that's another break, and old Mulligan had that fist ready to go, and I think if I was Jim Cook, I'd be thankful that referee was right there to stop that one.
Yeah, you notice Jim Cook is breaking clean on those ropes now.
Side headlock, Jim Cook. on Blackjack Mulligan. As Nick told you, one half the Western States Tag Team Champions. The other half belongs to Dick Murdoch, and Mulligan, like he's picking up a bale of hay, just throws it across the ring.
Right.
Coming up with 3 minutes going in the match.
Mulligan closing in on his man down in the referee's position. Jim Cook comes up with a side headlock. Mulligan pitching him off. Same thing. He just can't move that man with a tackle.
Mulligan just stood there and knocked Cook back.
Big former professional football player didn't budge an inch. Took best to stay off of that tackle.
Going in behind Jim Cook. Well, Fool Nelson, I don't believe would do too much good on the blackjack, but he's got it on there, and he's doing something with it.
He's got it locked so far. That's incredible. Nope, there's a reversal. Mulligan in behind, pushes him down to the mat. Cook takes the easy way out, goes under the rope.
Cook doing a good job in there with Blackjack Mulligan, but he's just not as tall and as powerful as Mulligan, and it's hard to get that Fool Nelson unless you stand over that guy.
I'll tell you what, a man's got to be pretty good just to stay 3 minutes in that ring with Blackjack Mulligan.
Is that right? It's Mulligan back into the corner, Jim Cook in front. Referee wants a break, and on the break, it's a forearm. It's a legal blow, but it wasn't because they had a break on.
I just don't believe I'd have done that. I think that Cook has overstepped the boundary, and that may be the real turning point in this match.
Let's see what happens here. On the rope. There's the one that pays him back.
He sure paid him back and gave him a little interest to go along with it.
That's right. Blackjack Mulligan has Jim Cook stunned from that big forearm. Right back into that referee's position. Here comes an arm bar. And a forearm into the shoulder of Blackjack Mulligan. An elbow in there. Another forearm. Cook holds on to that left arm. Let's see if he can get the big Blackjack down. Can't win it standing up. You got to get him on the mat.
That's right. You got to get him on the mat. You got to pin the shoulders to win this. This Cook is still in there, but he's up against a huge man. Oh, gosh, did you see that?
What a flying elbow smash. Over 300 pounds coming at you through the air. There's the flying mare. High in the air he goes. Another tremendous elbow smash. And lights out for Jim Cook. There it is.
I believe so. This Mulligan moves like a junior heavyweight.
5 minutes even, and the big Texan from Eagle Pass, Blackjack Mulligan, the winner over Jim Cook. 325 pounds, but I want you to take a look at this. 7'4", 480 pounds. He's called the 8th wonder of the world. Andre the Giant, good to have you here on Championship Wrestling.
Thank you, and I'm very happy to come back in this area and wrestling in this area anytime you want.
And I know you're looking forward, as Championship Wrestling is. We're going all over the United States now, a lot of new fans, and you're looking forward to going back and meeting some of those fans.
Oh, yeah. Any place, just like I tell you, any place you want, I'm wrestling all over the world. And when I come back in this area, it's my pleasure because all the time I get good competition, and all the time I'm wrestling against some very tough wrestler, and that's why I like.
Is there any special wrestler you'd like to get in the ring with, or you take on anybody?
Anybody, anyone, even the champion if you want.
Take on 2 at a time?
Anytime you want.
How about a battle royal?
Oh, yeah. I love that.
You love those battle
Yeah, because that's a good way to make good money in very fast time.
Nice to have you, Andre.
Okay.
Good to see you. And we look forward for you coming back, Championship Wrestling.
And we'll see you in this area.
And now we'll be back with another exciting match right after this. One fall to the 20-minute time limit in the blue corner. The General Skandor Akbar presents from Hazard, Kentucky at 285 pounds, Grizzly Boone. Boone. His opponent across the way from Canyon, Texas, coming in at 248 pounds, Ted DiBiase. DiBiase. There's a bell. Well, one of the wildest things in professional wrestling is in the ring now. That is General Skandor Akbar's man, Grizzly Boone. Grizzly Boone ought to be in a cage instead of a wrestling ring. Only the General can control this man, and he can't control him that well. I've seen him get out of hand with the General trying to keep him calmed down. There he dives for DiBiase, and DiBiase gets out of the way. Skandor Akbar outside the ring. He talks to Grizzly all during the match, and there, Boone misses again. And here the General calls him over, and I think he wants to tell him something. Grizzly Boone. A referee tells Akbar to stay out of this match. Stay back away from the ring. And there, Boone diving again. and DiBiase just a little quicker gets out of the way. There the general tells him something. There's a count there of 4. Not too much love between the referee Mario Savolti and General Akbar anyhow. Side headlock, Grizzly Boone. Possessing great power. Holding on to Ted DiBiase. Boone holding on. DiBiase trying to get out of it. Boone holding on. DiBiase trying to wiggle his way out. He can't get out of that headlock. Applied by Grizzly Boone. DiBiase reaching up, trying to push the head of Boone back, making to relieve that pressure on that head. Oh, it's Boone. It's going into the turnbuckle. Boone went flying into that turnbuckle. DiBiase picked it out. There's Boone going after DiBiase again. DiBiase still quick enough to get out of the way. Back into the corner. DiBiase catches a forearm from Grizzly Boone. Another one. The referee tells him to break. He breaks at the 2 count. He has to break by the 5 count or he'll be disqualified. There's another count on him. And this time he backs out of the way after he puts the boot in there. He comes back with that big boot. DiBiase turns it around with Grizzly Boone in the corner. DiBiase turned it around, but Boone coming back, and DiBiase once again gets out of the way. Get it out. 3 minutes gone in the match. DiBiase holding on to the side headlock. Well, the general, I notice you're pacing very nervously up at the ringside.
Just don't get excited, Stax. You people at TV Land don't get excited because my man Grizzly Boone's the next world champion. You'll wait and see, wait and see.
Well, the general getting excited himself as he is worried because Ted DiBiase holding on against Grizzly Boone. Boone picks him up and DiBiase holds on and brings Grizzly Boone down. Oh, 2 count. DiBiase like to have him down. DiBiase like to have him down for a 3 count. But it was only 2, and I notice every time you get next to the ring, General, you are told to get back out of the way.
It's only because of that Mario Savoldi, the most prejudiced, biased officiating I've ever seen in my entire career. And I'm blaming Savoldi for what's happening in that ring right now.
That's the General Candor Akbar. All you fans watching this exciting match, the all-new championship wrestling for all you news fans and TV stations around the country. We hope you enjoy it. We want to invite you to be with us every week. Grizzly Boone has his hands full with Ted DiBiase. Ooh, what big blows to the back, knocking DiBiase down. 5 minutes gone in the match. Grizzly Boone holding on to the arm. Now he reaches in, has DiBiase up. Throws him down. Did he bounce about a foot off that mat? The General is smiling now. There's the General up on the apron, and the referee, Mario Savolti, makes him get away. Big kicks from Grizzly Boone. He grabs the arm of Ted DiBiase, hands it back, has that wrist lock.
Nobody can stop my man Grizzly Boone. And I'm talking directly to Murdoch and Mulligan. Why don't they sign for a match? Because they're yellow. A bad case of West Texas yellow.
Oh, there's the General Candor Akbar. Oh, hair pulling in the ring from Grizzly Boone, but the referee caught it. He makes him break the hold. Hair pulling from Grizzly Boone. There's a kick from Grizzly Boone. He reaches reaches down, grabs DiBiase, puts a forearm to the back. Takes DiBiase, slams his head into the turnbuckle. Slams his head in the turnbuckle over in the red corner. Grizzly Boone brings DiBiase all the way across the ring and puts him into the turnbuckles on this side. Kicks and forearms from Grizzly Boone. Oh, wild man, managed by General Skandor Akbar, buries the shoulder into the midsection of Ted DiBiase and keeps him in that corner. Grizzly Boone being warned by Mario Savolti to bring DiBiase out of that corner. There he buries the shoulder in there again. And one more time he does it, and DiBiase takes those thumbs, and he may have got very close to the eyes of Grizzly Boone. You can't see his eyes, that hair hanging down there. There's a kick from Ted DiBiase as he tries to make a comeback. DiBiase in 1975 was the Professional Wrestling Rookie of the Year. He is making his name well known in professional wrestling circles. DiBiase kicking. Oh, look at DiBiase putting some big ones in there. Grizzly Boone is standing, and how, I don't know. DiBiase lays a forearm across the chest, comes up with a few kicks. DiBiase going across the ring, comes over towards Grizzly Boone, and DiBiase missed him, and he is tied up in the rope. Boone is kicking. DiBiase has the leg tied up in the rope. Grizzly Boone taking advantage of it. The referee, Mario Savolti, trying to keep the wild man back. DiBiase trying to untie that leg, and the referee's going to ask for the bell. The referee is going to ask for the bell, and I believe he's going to disqualify the general. I believe he's going to disqualify the general's man, Grizzly Boone. And if he doesn't break that chokehold, he's going to be fine. He's trying to get Skandor Akbar to get him off of there. And the general trying to pull Grizzly Boone off, and he gets him off, but it's going to be DiBiase the winner because Grizzly Boone disqualified, and we'll be back with a tag team match right after this.